Hey friends, welcome back to the Pastor Tim channel. Today we're going to be diving into a book that has just been around for decades, but honestly, it feels more timely than ever. I'm talking about the 1984 by George Orwell. Now, before clicking away or scrolling on to another video, you might want to ask yourself, why is a pastor talking about dystopian fiction? I want you to hear me out just for a second. As a conservative Christian, I believe that this book is one of the most haunting portrayals of what happens in a society that removes God, erases truth, and replaces it with absolute government control. Let's break this down. Orwell paints a picture of a world ruled by a party, where Big Brother sees all, controls all, and demands your soul. There's no freedom of speech, no freedom of thought, and certainly no freedom of religion. Sound kind of familiar? It's what happens when the state becomes God, little g. And Orwell, who wasn't a Christian, still saw clearly what happens when objective truth is erased. History is rewritten, language is manipulated, morality is whatever the government says that it is. The scariest part for me wasn't the torture. It was the lie that 2 + 2 = 5, if the party says so. Friends, we are living in a time where basic truths about biology, morality, and history are being redefined every day. Orwell warned us, when you lose truth, you lose everything. But here's the hope. As Christians, we know the truth isn't decided by politicians or even popular opinion. It is grounded in God's word. Isaiah 48 says, "The grass withers, the flower fades, but the word of our God will stand forever." That is the anchor that we as Christians have to hold on to. In 1984, if you read it, you're gonna see Winston Smith. He is the main character. He wants freedom. He wants love. He wants something that is real. But let me tell you today that without Christ, all he finds is despair. That is the tragedy in 1984. No hope and no gospel. But for us today, there is hope. There is real freedom. True freedom comes not from breaking government chains, but being set free by the truth of Jesus Christ. John 8:36 says this, "If the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed." And that's why 1984 matters. It shows us the nightmare of a godless society and reminds us to cling to the only truth that can save. So let's finish with some closing thoughts. And the first question is, should Christians read 1984? Yes, but I will say this. When we read, especially secular books, we need to read it within a biblical lens. Let it stir your heart to recognize the dangers of totalitarianism, the value of truth, and the desperate need the world has for the gospel. So with that, I want to thank you for watching. If this was helpful, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to more content that is just grounded in God's word, and share it with somebody that needs to hear it. And remember this simple truth. No matter what the world says, 2 + 2 = 4, and Jesus is still King. Thank you for watching.